Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm going to be sharing my story with you of when I was 15 and pregnant. I've seen all these amazing videos of the struggles of being a teen mom, and I thought if I can share my story and help somebody out, then why not share it? Not only do I want to be uploading videos of things that I enjoy, but I also want to upload videos that would be helpful to others. So if you guys can think of anything that would be helpful to you, let me know in the comments down below. And I'm sorry if there's like noise in the background. They're mowing the lawn. I didn't know they were gonna be mowing the lawn today. They come at different times and days, so I'm sorry if you can hear a little bit of it. Today I'm filming in Jasmine's room. I just love the color of her room. It's like a light gray and it's just it looks so pretty. I think I should probably paint my room this color because I really love it. So before we get into the video, please don't forget to subscribe, and if you already have, thank you so much for coming back. Anyways, so I don't know where I should start. I guess I can start when or how I met Tony. I had known him for a little while through my best friend, which is his cousin. I didn't really talk to him very much until the day before he was going to move away. He was going to move to Iowa and we were still in California at the time. And he was at my best friend's, his cousin's house the day before moving to Iowa. And so was I. And I don't know, I just remember that day. He was like flirting with me and stuff. And never ever did I think we would end up together. Like, that just didn't cross my mind. After he moved, we kept in touch and we would text back and forth to each other until he asked me to be his girlfriend. And I knew it was gonna be tough, and because I mean long distance relationships are tough, and I was also 14, so I mean, I guess I don't know. So he asked me to be his girlfriend and I said yes, and I think it was like a year later, almost a year later, that we had been talking about moving in together. And I was only 14 at the time, so it took a lot to convince my parents and his parents, but we finally were able to convince them to let us move in together because we just wanted to be together. Like, we felt like we were so in love. Keep in mind, I was 14 and he was 16. And so we finally moved in together. We moved in with his parents in Iowa. I don't know. I was 14, so I don't know. I feel bad that I moved out so young, like, for my mom, because now that I'm a mom, I can't imagine my girls doing that. So I feel really bad that I did that to my mom, but I mean, I told her, like, I felt like I was so in love, and I guess she finally understood, and so did my dad, even though it was probably the toughest decision in their life that they've had to make. But yeah, we moved in and I was 14, and a year later I got pregnant. I was 15. I just remember telling everybody that the pregnancy was like a surprise to us, and you know, like, that we weren't trying because I was so embarrassed that I wanted a baby so young. I remember I actually even went to the doctor and I was like 15, and I told her that I wanted to see if anything was wrong because I wasn't getting pregnant and I wanted to have a baby. So, like, I can tell by the look on her face, like, she was probably like, what is this girl thinking? She's only 15, she's so young, she has her whole life ahead of her. And now that I think of it, like, I'm kind of embarrassed that I went to go do that at 15, because me and Tony were trying for a little bit and nothing was happening. So I thought maybe something was wrong with me, and that's why I ended up going to the doctor to get checked. And so yeah, everything turned out fine, and then we finally got pregnant. I told my mom, so I wasn't like super scared to tell my mom because at that time we were already moved in together at his parents' house, and so I mean, what can my mom say at this point, you know? And I think I told her, and she said congratulations. I mean, what else can she say? I was already with him. I was already moved out. And I think his parents, I mean, his parents were also very supportive. They always have been. And the reason why we wanted a baby, why we thought we wanted a baby, was because we were just arguing so much, and I don't know, we felt like a baby at this point would make our relationship better. And that just goes to show like how like we weren't really thinking as adults, because we really weren't adults. I was 15, he was 16, no, 17 when I was pregnant. And so we thought a baby would solve our problems, our issues. And I think a lot of those issues came from the fact that we moved in so fast and so young together. And so we said maybe a baby would make it better, and he agreed, and so that's why we tried for a baby. And once I got pregnant, I realized that wasn't gonna fix anything. I feel like I had a very, very tough pregnancy, my first pregnancy, because we would disagree on a lot of things. I was used to living a certain way, he was used to living his certain way, and to both be able to agree and on things, on some of the things, for both of us to agree on some of the things, some of the same things, it took us a long time. And so those were a lot of the issues, that we would just not agree on things, and he thought of something one way and I thought of something another way. So that was a lot of our problems. And let me just tell you, a pregnancy is not going to solve your problems. So I had Jasmine, and keep in mind, I was in Iowa, my parents are in California, so I felt like I was so alone, even though I wasn't. I had Tony, but I mean, my family, the rest of my family were in California. So I just felt so alone, and so I don't think I really got depressed, but I just felt so sad that I didn't have anybody else with me when he was off to work. And so it was tough. It was a tough pregnancy. And once we had Jasmine, I'm not saying that I regret my kids or anything, because I love them more than anything. And so I'm just trying to like let you guys know the difficulties of being a teen mom. And so I had Jasmine, and it was a really tough experience I turned 16 when I had her, so to be 16 with a newborn by myself when Tony was off to work was one of the toughest things I probably ever had to deal with. Like, she was the type of baby that would not go to sleep at night. I'd put her down at night and she'd start crying, and I was dealing with a colicky baby that I did not know what the heck that meant or what was wrong with her. I didn't know why she was crying. I just know that she was always crying. And I remember Tony was a lot of help, but then at that time he was like, well, I'm working, so at night I was kind of on my own. He did help, I'm not saying he didn't, but when he was like tired and I was tired too, I had no one else to help me. Like, so that brought a lot of issues. The fact that he was too tired to help me and I was too tired to get up, and there was a screaming, crying baby. So that was really tough. I just remember I would just cry because my parents were gone. I was here by myself. Tony was tired from working. Well, although we had all those issues, we were really lucky that his parents let us stay at their house, so we didn't have to like really deal with like rent and things like that, and like bills. They let us stay at their house so we can save up to one day get our own house, which still took us a long time because I wasn't working. Tony was working 2 jobs, and he was going through college and university, so I was alone a lot of the time because he would work 2 jobs, go to school. So it was pretty much just me until his parents would get home, they would work, so they'd get home like around 4 or 5, and they would help when they were home. Like if I needed to go do something, they would watch the girls, or well, they would watch Jasmine because I only had Jasmine at that time. So they've always been so helpful and so supportive, and I've always said I'm really lucky and blessed with having such great in-laws like them. They've helped us through so much. So they've always been a big help. But it was still tough. Teen pregnancy is not easy, especially when you have to like when you're the stay-at-home mom and your husband's off working and you don't know why your baby's crying. Like, it can get tough. We weren't in the best of a financial situation either, so that didn't help as much because I couldn't work. I decided to stay home and take care of the kids of Jasmine, and I even dropped out of high school to be able to stay home and be there for her. And I was 16 when I had her, when I gave birth, and so I had dropped out of high school. And the things you do for your kids, as soon as you become a mom, I feel like it's all about sacrifices. So that was a sacrifice that I had to do and that I knew was for the best of us. And so I did it, and I don't regret it because I did end up getting my GED after, and not everybody gets a chance to be there for their kids, and if I had the chance to do it, I was gonna take it. But being a teen mom really isn't the easiest or best situation. So if I can help somebody like prevent teen pregnancy, then that's just amazing. Because now that I'm an adult and I had my third child last year, he's almost 1. He's gonna be turning 1 in like 4 days, and the difference, I have 3 kids. Jasmine, I was pregnant with her at 15 and had her at 16, and then I had my second baby at 17. So I had 2 kids being a teen mom, and that was really difficult. But we were lucky enough to always have supportive parents and all of that. So in that way, I can't say we didn't have anybody to support us. We've always had, my parents were always so supportive, and his parents were always so supportive. But the fact that we were so young and brought a lot of issues and just made it that much more complicated. So now that I'm an adult and I had my third child, we had our third baby last year. He turns 1 in 4 days, and the difference between being a parent at 25, I had him at 25, and a teen mom at 15 or 16 is such a huge difference. Like, this time around, we were so excited. We were financially stable, so I was so excited to finally be able to have a nursery to decorate, be able to go shopping and buy all the things that we couldn't afford when we had our other 2 girls. Not that you need everything, not that materials are everything, because they're not, but we were just in such a better situation that we were able to enjoy the pregnancy so much more. We're able to enjoy him so much more now. We felt like we needed another little baby of ours to complete our family, and he really did. But the difference between this pregnancy and the teen pregnancy was such a huge difference, and I would really recommend just waiting. Like, you have your whole life ahead of you. If you think a baby's gonna fix your relationship, it's not. It's really not. And let me tell you, we went through so much, and just the fact that we wanted to work hard to stay a family counts a lot, because otherwise we probably wouldn't be together right now. We always fought really hard to overcome whatever situation we were going through to stay a family, because there was a lot of times that we just wanted to give up, but we didn't. So once you have kids, it's a whole different situation. You just can't think of yourself. You have to think for your kids. Like, if it was just us and we didn't have kids, maybe we wouldn't be together. So honestly, our kids were the best thing that happened to us because they've kept us together. And not that you have to be together because you have a child, but we just believe that we wanted to stay together as a family and overcome our issues and situations for them. And thanks to them, we've stayed together. But it was definitely a struggle to be a teen parent. I hope my story helped you guys. So yeah, now that we have our third baby, I think we're pretty much done. But no matter what, I'm truly happy and blessed with my babies. I love all of them. I just wanted to tell you guys my story to show you guys that it's not easy being a teen mom. I would really recommend you guys take care of yourselves. Don't think that a baby will fix your relationship because it really won't. So just wait and make the right choices. You have your whole life ahead of you. Like, some of the struggles, like some of the things that I didn't get to experience as a teen was like go to prom, graduate high school, go to grad night, just a lot of things like that that you would experience as a teen mom. I mean, maybe you still can, but it's gonna be difficult. But if you already are a teen mom and you're in this situation right now, just know that things will be tough, but you can get through it. But if you're not already a teen mom yet, make the right choices and just live your life. Don't grow up too fast. Don't try to grow up too fast. Do things teens do. Go out with your friends, watch a movie, or have a sleepover with or whatever. Just be a teen, live your life. You have your whole life to have a baby. One of the other things I didn't get to experience because I became a teen mom was a quinceañera. In my culture, in my Mexican culture, once you turn 15, if you're a girl and once you turn 15, you have this beautiful like ceremony for turning 15, and this big poofy dress, and you have your like kind of like bridesmaids, but they're like, you know, younger girls, and like groomsmen, but they're younger boys. So you have your chambelanes, you have your damas, and you just have this beautiful ceremony and party. And that's something I was never able to experience because I moved out at 14 and I got pregnant at 15. You lose out on living your life because you're not making the right choices. So that's just some of the things you miss out on. I mean, I know just because you have a baby, you have to give up everything. No, you don't. It's just gonna be a little bit more difficult. And so yeah, I just hope my story could be of help to some of you, and if it was, then that's great. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my story. And if you enjoyed this story and if it was helpful to you, comment down below and like this video. And if there's any other things you guys would like for me to speak about that might be helpful to you, please let me know. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.